show, the only place that provides news and chit-chat. I'm your host, Willadine Bennett, and today we have a special treat. We are on the set of Flowers for Algernon. Director, star in the up-and-coming film Flowers for Algernon and Golden Globe nominee, Hannah Jo is here to show us a few clips today. She's busy, so today we have Emmy Award winner Samantha DeLeon with us today to show us. Let's go to that now.
Okay, Charlie, please sit down.
Thank you, mister.
Okay. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Do you know why you were sent here, Charlie?
No, I don't, sir.
I will be showing you these cards. Use your imagination, and we'll start. What do you see, Charlie? Tell me. Charlie.
Oh, pardon me.
Okay. What do you see?
See an ink blot.
Okay. Let's try another one. What do you see besides an ink blot? People see all kinds of things in here. Just pretend.
Where?
Okay. Just look for them.
Maybe I need my glasses. I don't see anything else. All I see is an ink blot. Oh, I imagine a fountain pen spilling on a blank tablecloth. Oh, are there pictures hidden in the ink?
Okay.
Oh no. I'm sorry, sir. Are there pictures hidden in these ink blots? You mean there's no pictures hidden in these ink blots?
Not really. Let's try another one.
I imagine an ink blot.
Okay. Charlie, why don't you just take the rest of the out?
I failed those tests, didn't I? I always failed tests in my elementary school. I'm a complete failure.
Charlie, you aren't a failure. I have hope in you. I think you did well.
I must head on in then. Thank you. Good night.
Okay, good night, Charlie. Charlie, I'm going to give you the maze paper, and you're going to try to get through the maze, while this mouse, Algernon, is going to try to get through a real maze to get to eat this cheese.
Okay.
Ready, set, go.
He beat me. How did he beat me? How? We had a lot of fun at the factory today.
Hey look, Charlie had his operation. What'd they do, Charlie? Put some brains in?
I was going to tell him, but I'm not allowed.
What'd you do, Charlie? Forget your keys and open the door the hard way?
That made me laugh. They're really my friends and they like me. Sometimes somebody will say, hey, look at Joe or Frank or George. He really pulled a Charlie Gordon. I don't know why they say that, but they always laugh.
This morning, Amos Borg, who is the foreman at Donegan's, used my name when he shouted at Ernie the office boy. Ernie lost a package. He said, "Ernie, for God's sake, what are you trying to be, a Charlie Gordon?" I don't understand why he said that. I never lost any packages.
Oh no. So welcome back. Thank you, Samantha, for having for being here today. So what led up to that point? Answer the question.
Oh, okay. Well, it starts with 37-year-old Charlie Gordon, who has a 68 IQ. All Charlie wants is to be smart, but has a learning disability. Dr. Niemer is a scientist who found a way to make one smart, and Dr. Strauss will be conducting the procedure. They tested it on animals, but they need a human subject, which is where Charlie comes in. The rising action starts with Charlie going through a series of tests, which is what you just saw. He has to take these tests to become a human subject.
So all of our viewers have probably seen a bat or a train track going through a tunnel. Why did Charlie see a fountain pen ink spilling all over a tablecloth?
Well, Charlie only thinks in a literal sense. He doesn't have an imagination.
Why does he get chosen?
Okay.
Does he get chosen?
Oh, yes, he does.
Why does he get chosen?
Well, he is not the brightest person, nor the most...
Hey. Okay, I'm sorry.
Nor the most popular. However, he is motivated. That is what makes him stand out. His motivation makes him a better candidate than a person with an IQ of 180 with no care in the world.
I have recollected myself. So, why does Charlie think that Joe and Frank are such good friends to him?
Well, Charlie doesn't know any better, and he
doesn't know that they're insulting him. Great answer. Stay tuned.
Why do I have to raise Algernon again? These tests are stupid. Dr. Strauss doesn't even tell me when I'll get smart.
Don't say that. These tests help us to make sure you're on track, Charlie.
Okay, but I don't feel any smarter.
Charlie, you beat Algernon.
I did it! I beat him! Oh my God!
Miss Kenyon gave me a hard book called Robinson Crusoe. It's about a dude who gets marooned on a desert island. He's smart and figures out all kinds of things so he can have a house and food, and he's a good swimmer. Only, I feel sorry because he's all alone and has no friends. But I think there must be somebody else on the island because there's a picture with his funny umbrella looking at footprints. I hope he gets a friend and not be lonely. I finished Robinson Crusoe. I want to find out more about what happens to him, but Miss Kenyon says that's all there is. Maybe there's an after story, but no, there isn't. Right now I want to dig up the author's grave, wake him up, and demand him to finish the book. Algernon died 2 days ago. Dissection shows my predictions were right. His brain had decreased in weight and there was a general smoothing out of several convolutions as well as a deepening and broadening of brain fissures. I guess the same thing is or will soon be happening to me. Now that it's definite, I don't want it to happen. I guess the same thing is or will be happening to me. Now that it's definite, I don't want it to happen. Put Algernon in a cheese box and buried him in the backyard. I cried.
I've written a report entitled The Algernon Gordon Effect. I will read it to you now. As you can see, my experiments are completed. I have included in my report all my formula as well as mathematical analysis in the appendix. Of course, these should be verified. Because of it's important to both you and Dr. Niemer, and I say myself too, I've checked and rechecked my results a dozen times in hope of finding an error. I'm sorry to say the results must stand, yet for the sake of science, I am grateful for the little bit that I here add to the knowledge of the function of the human mind and of the laws governing artificial increase of human intelligence. I recall your once saying to me that an experimental failure or the disproving of a theory was as important to the advancement of learning as a success would be. I now know that this is true. I'm sorry, however, that my own contribution to the field must rest upon the ashes of the work of two men I regard so highly. Yours truly, Charlie Gordon.
I did a dumb thing today. Forgot that I wasn't in Miss Kenyon's night school. I went and sat down in my old seat and she looked at me funny. She said, "Charles?" I didn't remember her even calling me that before, so I said, "Hello, Miss Kenyon. I'm ready for my lesson today." She started to cry and ran out of the room. Then everyone looked at me and I saw that they weren't the same people in my class. I left the room before she came back in. That's why I'm going far away from New York for good. I don't want to do nothing like that again. I don't want this canyon to feel sorry for me. I don't want anybody else to feel sorry for me. So I'm going somewhere where nobody knows Charlie Gordon was a genius. Taking a couple books, practice hard, then maybe I'll be a little bit smarter. Got my lucky rabbit's foot and penny. Maybe they will help. I don't know why I am dumb again, but I will practice hard to get the feeling I had when I read the book again. But I'm the first dumb person to do something important for science. Goodbye, Miss Kenyon and everybody. P.S. Tell Dr. Niemer not to be a grouch when people laugh at him. P.S. Please, if you get a chance, put some flowers on Algernon's grave in the backyard.
That was so moving. That's incredible.
Thank you.
So, his memory is going. Do you think he should have had, well, the big question is, do you think he should have had a procedure?
Yes.
And why is that?
Before the procedure, Charlie had nothing. Nobody loved and nobody to love him. He didn't have any friends. All he had were two losers that got him drunk and bullied him, and that is no way to live.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Charlie got to know how it feels to be in love, maybe get praised for once, and what it is like to be smart. That is how a human being should be treated.
And, of course, for my fans and viewers, could you go over the plot again? Like the whole plot.
Okay. Our exposition starts with 37-year-old Charlie Gordon, who has a 68 IQ and a learning disability. All he wants is to be smart. Dr. Niemer has found a way to make one smart and has been successful with the mouse Algernon.
Speaking of Algernon, you got her in the studio now. Continue.
Dr. Niemer, now he needs to test it on a human. We then go to the rising action where Charlie goes through a series of tests. Dr. Niemer and Dr. Strauss, the one who will be conducting the procedure, decide to use Charlie. After the procedure, Charlie does even more tests to train his brain. He finally beats Algernon, which is a huge milestone for Charlie. He starts reading more difficult books. He finished Robinson Crusoe in a matter of days. The climax, is when Algernon starts acting very weird. He refuses to run the maze and is out of sorts. Algernon then passes away. This is where Charlie realizes he may suffer the same fate. The following action has Charlie discovering he will die very soon. He's found that because he gains so much knowledge at a rapid rate, his brain will deter like an elder person. But in the matter of a couple weeks, you need your brain to live. So he will pass away. He starts to forget things and he's back to his old self. The resolution has Charlie writing his goodbye letter. His last request was to put flowers on Algernon's grave. And then one can assume he dies in a few days.
Thank you for making in today. That was Flowers for Algernon on the Late Night Show. I'm your host, Willadine Bennett, and good night, America.